right, you guys, this episode 27 of Inner Demons. Let's get it. I know it's been a minute since I dropped a war story, but you guys already know I've been in the whole inner demon thing. The last couple of videos that I've dropped, it's all been on inner demons. I'm trying to get you guys the shoe war stuff. So that's where my focus has been on. But it's been a minute since I dropped a war story, so I'm going to try to get at least one or two out to you guys tonight. Let me just say this. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I actually dropped episode 33 of Inner Demons Tuesday. On Tuesday, I dropped it. I shot it to Sandman. I had him edit it, and unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist. If I'm always criticizing my own work. He edited the video. The next day, I listened to it, and I wasn't feeling it. Even before I shot it to him, I wasn't feeling it. I just didn't think that I covered as much as I should have covered. And when I listened to it, sure enough, I was off topic and I was rambling on about shit that I shouldn't even have talked about. You guys would have probably got on my helmet and would have been like, B, come on, man. Like, this is supposed to be about the shoe wars. It ain't about some of the other things that I was trying to clarify for you guys. So give me till tomorrow. I'm going to try to get it out to you guys tomorrow. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to try to get it out. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it right and get it out to you guys. So anyway, let me get into this story real quick. This is probably a story I wish I would have forgot about. It's something I would have liked to have forgotten about, but it happened. So I'm going to drop it. I'm going to take you guys back to 1996. So this incident right here, it happened with another homeboy of mine from my neighborhood who I had a lot of history with. He wasn't a homeboy that was into the politics. He had been to prison. He'd done a little bit of state time, but he wasn't into the politics. He was just a homie out there in the hood trying to make some money. He was a little baller. He didn't get into the NF politics. He didn't get into the NR politics. He contributed, and he was just a good, solid homie. But I grew up with him. We had a lot of history together. So he calls me up one day, and he tells me, he's like, hey, B, he was like, I need you to roll with me to Oakland. I got something I need to take care of out there. And I ain't got nobody to go with me, bro. I need you to ride with me. So without even questions asked, when a homie reaches out like that, especially that individual right there, I grew up with him. We got a lot of history. I was like, you don't even got to ask me, bro. I'm there. Come swoop me up. So homie came. He picked me up. I had just gotten out, too. I had been out. This was after I caught that one violation for, I forget. I believe it was that one time when I tried to get over on my parole officer and I had that fucking thing rigged up and fool ended up catching me. But anyway, so we drive out to Oakland. We're on the freeway and we're headed out there. And, I'm not trying to get too much in the homie's business, but I'm like, bro, where are we going? What's going on? So he tells me that he's got 2 keys and he's going to drop them off and pick up the money with an Africano that he's been doing business with. So, as soon as he says 2 keys, a red flag automatically goes up. Oakland, 2 keys. So I press the homie. I'm like, bro, how long you been dealing with this individual? 2 keys, that's a lot of dope. And I hope this is somebody that you trust. 2 keys is not a little bit of dope. And whenever you're dealing with that type of weight, there's always the potential of somebody trying to fucking take your shit or trying to pull some scandalous shit. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting myself in a bad situation, or I wasn't going to get put in a bad situation. So, those red flags went up and I pressed them a little bit more. I wanted to know, like, so I mean, where are we going? Are we going to a pad? Who is this cat? And so he tells me, he's like, bro, don't trip. And just the fact that he was being dismissive, that made me more curious about what homie was getting me into. And it's not like I didn't trust him. He's a good dude. I know he would never purposely put me in a bad situation, but, my spidey senses started tingling. I just knew that 2 keys, Oakland, that has the potential of possibly turning into a bad situation. So anyway, we swoop by a store out there. We get off on Seminary. We hit a store. I get me a 211, a 40 ounce. I need to calm my nerves. I don't know what the homies get me into, but I can feel something's about to happen. I don't know how to explain it. They say men don't have intuition, but I felt something was wrong. I felt like we were going to get into some kind of shit. I just couldn't put my finger on it. So when the homie tells me where we're going, that's when I pretty much know that we're driving into a bad situation. So we're going to Acorn Village, the projects. And homie had told me, when he told me where we were going, I'm like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you make that individual meet us somewhere else outside of those projects? I've been over there before. I've been through them. I know people over there, but that's not a spot that I go to too often. Acorn, 6ix9ine, Funktown, Seminary, Sobrani Park, all those areas, they're hot spots, man. And you know, I don't know everybody. And I know that they got some fools out there, man, that, you know, those cats would try to take your head off for less than 2 keys. So, you know, I can't convince the homie to get this dude to come out of the projects to come meet us somewhere else. He don't want to do it. He said the dude's not going to do it. The dude's got the money. He assured me that he had dealt with this guy on several occasions. He had been out there in Acorn Village before and that it wasn't an issue. So I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to trust you, bro. But I still felt like something was wrong. Anyway, I didn't have no heat on me at the time. Homeboy had a Glock, a 9mm under the seat. I didn't have nothing at the time. It was under my seat. I was on parole. I didn't know that until we were already on our way out there. But anyway, so we drive into we get off on Seminary. We hit a liquor store, and then I remember turning down Foothill Boulevard, and then I believe there's a street. It's called Hillside or something like that. It's right there by where Acorn's at. For those of you that are familiar with the projects, that are familiar with the village, Acorn Village, you know what I'm talking about. And these projects, they're notorious, man. They're notorious projects out there in Oakland. It's probably one of the worst spots out there. And it's kind of like one of those situations where you drive in, you can drive in one way, and you're trapped up in there. And there's some big ass, it's a big complex. So I'm drinking my 40 when we get ready to pull into the complex. I reach up under the seat. I grab the Glock. I pull the clip out. I make sure that it's loaded. I pop the clip back in and I put it back under the seat. He tells me, we're not going to need the gun. Don't trip, you know. But me, myself, again, man, no matter how much homie was trying to assure me, I kind of felt like he was just trying to fucking make me feel comfortable. But that, you know, I could tell he wasn't too comfortable with this situation himself, regardless to how many times he told me he'd been out there. I don't care. He'd been out there 100 times. Them dudes out there in Acorn and some of those spots out there, man, I know what it is. I've been out there. I've used to deal with some of those cats, so I know what can happen out there. So anyway, we're driving into the projects. We're driving in. I forget the name of that street when you first go in. But as soon as we start going in, I can feel something else. It's like, I know something's going to happen. You know, again, I'm familiar with these spots, but those spots that I mentioned, 6ix9ine, Funktown, Sobrani Park, Acorn, they're spots that, you know, I know people, and the only way I'll even go up in there is if it's somebody I really know, and, you know, I got a contact over there, and they're like, damn, they're escorting me up in there, man. And if you guys are familiar with them, you guys know what I'm talking about. Those are spots you try to stay away from. And it's not about being scared of going up in that area. It's just, hey, if you get caught slipping out there, especially if they know you got a shitload of dope in the car, they're going to get you. It's no different from them driving up in my neighborhood when you know, we get cats the same way. So I was just being mindful of my surroundings and making sure that I wasn't getting put in a situation that was going to end up turning all bad, but it was going to turn all bad. Anyway, when we're driving up in there, you know, it's almost like I started to feel like everybody in the fucking projects were looking at us. I don't know if it was my mind playing tricks on me. I seen spotters on the roof. people that were out there. It was a hot ass day that day, and it was almost like everybody was looking at us, like everybody knew we were there or something. That's the way I started to feel. I just started getting some bad vibes, man. And I kept telling homie, bro, I hope you're sure, man. Lightweight playing with them, but at the same time, I was serious. I hope you're sure about this, bro, because this is some rough terrain out here, man. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people were out there. A lot of people kept looking at us. We looked at a place driving through there. Two essays, you know what I mean? Both of us bald headed, but we just looked like we were out of place. So anyway, we get to a spot to where I guess we were close to where that individual was going to meet him at. He slows the car down. He pulls out his cell phone. He gets on the phone. Now, when he's on the phone, I'm looking around. I'm looking at our surroundings. I'm looking at everybody around us, trying to just make mental notes of who's where and what's what. I'm listening to him talk, but I'm not really listening to his conversation. Across the street, I see three cats come out of an apartment, one of the project apartments. I see three cats come out, and I see them get into a car, and they got in the car. Everything from that time right there kind of happened quick. Those three dudes got in the car, and then the guy that he called came walking up to the car with another dude. I felt like something was gonna happen. I was so my nerves were so fucking rattled. I felt something was gonna happen that I even took the mirror on the passenger side door and moved it so that I could see behind the car, so I could make sure that nobody walked up behind us. That's how I wasn't being paranoid, man. You guys, for those of you that are familiar with Oakland, you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I don't need to say nothing more. It's just like if you're to drive out there to a spot out there in LA or any spot in a bad place in a neighborhood where you don't belong, and you got a shitload of dope, and you're pretty sure there's a lot of people out there that might know about it, and you're like a sitting duck. You're a target. So the gun's under the seat. I don't pull the gun out. There's no reason for me to pull it out or have it visible. I just leave it under the seat. And to be honest with you, when you have a gun, a handgun, a Glock in a situation like that, it's like bringing a fucking BB gun to a serious gunfight. You don't want to pull that out. Them motherfuckers probably had choppers and all kind of other fucking weapons over there. You fire a little fucking Glock and you're gonna get hit with return fire. These cats are gonna break out some big guns and light that whole fucking car up. So I wasn't gonna be too quick to grab that gun unless it was absolutely necessary. So I can see the guy that the homie was dealing with. He came out, he comes walking up with another dude, and like I said, everything happened quick. Them three cats across the street got into a car. They walked up. Not the cat he was dealing with, but the other guy he was with, as soon as they walked up to the car, this dude pulled out a shotgun in one motion, pulled it out his pants. He had the whole fucking shotgun in his pants. Motherfucker must have had he must have had on some MC Hammer pants. I don't know. But on the real, he had a shotgun in his fucking pants. He pulls it out, puts it straight up to the side of my head. The other dude that the homie was dealing with tells him, "Give me the fucking dope. Where's the dope at?" The homie was like, "Take it, bro. It's in the back seat. It's in the back seat." So the dope was in the back seat inside of a fucking duffel bag. Dude reaches in, grabs the dope, and they take off. Well, the guy with the dope, he starts walking away. This fool still got the shotgun to my head. And, for the simple fact that this dude still had the gun to my head when this cat walked away, I didn't know what his intentions were. But I remember sitting there thinking, how the fuck I get myself in this situation? I kind of look over at the other homie. I just give that look like, man, bro, you motherfucker, man. And, he don't say nothing. So once old boy's gone with the dope, this dude still got the gun to my head. he's still standing there. At one point, I'm thinking, like, what's this fucking dude's intentions, man? You know, dude's already gone, and this dude's still standing there. I didn't know what the fuck he was thinking or what he was gonna do. But I remember thinking to myself, man, how the fuck I get myself in a situation like this? Anyway, at one point, the dude tells the homie, he was like, hey, man, don't pull no slick shit. Get the fuck up out of here, man. And he just spins off. So homeboy starts the car. He drives up, busts a bitch, makes a U-turn. When he's turning the car around, I reach up under the seat. I grab the Glock. I chamber that motherfucker. I pull the slide back. And when we're driving by where the car was at, the three cats that got in the car, I sprayed the car up in the house or the apartment that those three cats came out of. I don't know who was in there. I don't know if anybody got hit. I don't know what happened. But I hit that house and I hit that car and we drove up out of there. We hit Seminary. We jumped back on the freeway and we were up out of there, man. I know that was a quick one. There's really not a whole lot to it. It was a bad situation that I got put in. You know, I would never, and it's no disrespect to the Africanos, but me, myself, if I'm dealing weight, I would never go into an area like that, like Acorn Village or Sobrani Park, Funktown, 6ix9ine, any of those places with that much dope. And it's got nothing to do with not trusting the people that I'm dealing with. It's not trusting other people that are out there in that area. I mean, man, there's people that are out there that are close to poverty. Why wouldn't they fucking jack somebody for their dope? You know what I mean? So me, myself, if I would have been dealing with those individuals, I would have made them come out, meet us down there on Seminary somewhere, anywhere else but inside of 6ix9ine Village, inside of Acorn Village. I would have had to meet us somewhere at a restaurant, at a park, anywhere. But you know, you drive right up into the fucking lion's den. That's what happens. So it wasn't the homie's fault. You know, I wasn't mad at him. I was like, once my nerves calmed down, because I just had a shotgun pointed to my head. Once my nerves calmed down and my adrenaline, everything was out of whack for a minute. Once everything kind of just leveled back out, you know, I was like, you're a fool, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're a fool for going up in a situation like that, man. You know, homeboy took a 2-key hit. And back in those days, 2 keys was a lot of money. That was a straight loss. And as far as I told the homie, I'm like, bro, let's go get some get back. I'll go with you. We'll go get a couple other homies. I'll call some other homies from, you know, that aren't from the city, and we'll go back over there and at least we'll get some kind of retribution. We'll get some get back, at least 2 kilos worth of whatever you feel would be equitable to losing 2 keys. We'll go out there and serve them motherfuckers, man, because at the end of the day, it's bad business, man. You know, the guy that he had been dealing with at one point, he made a decision to jack homeboy, and it is what it is, man. We got caught slipping and we took a loss that day. Them cats came up. As far as I know, homeboy didn't go back and do anything. He just ate the loss, man. But, you know, I told him, man, let's go back. I'll go back with you. You know, I wasn't too happy about having a shotgun pointed at my head. And, you know, I wasn't too happy about the fact that I seen one of my homies get robbed the way that he got robbed. And this was somebody, like I said, I had a lot of history with, somebody I grew up with. So this is a quick one. I'm going to get into some other good ones that I got for you guys, but this was just a quick one to get at least something out tonight. I'm going to try to get into another one. We'll see, man. It's already getting late. See how long it takes Sandman to edit this one. But this is War Stories, episode 27. I'm going to try to get 28 out to you guys right now. Episode 33 of Inner Demons. Let's see if we can get it out to you guys tomorrow. If not, I still have the first original video that I had. Maybe I can edit it and just try to get that out to you guys, at least something. I know some of you are waiting for it. Keep the questions coming. Keep asking the questions. Keep dropping the comments. It helps. It's your boy B, man. It's episode 27, War Stories. I'm out.